Welcome to a Conversation with History. I'm Harry Kreisler of the Institute of International Studies. Our guest today is Samuel Scheffler, who is university professor and professor of philosophy and law at New York University. He is the 2012 Tanner Lecturer at the University of California at Berkeley. Sam, welcome back to Berkeley.
Thank you very much. I spent many happy years here, and it's wonderful to be back.
What can philosophy contribute to public discourse? I know that in your work you focused on public issues. What contribution do you think philosophy makes in that regard? And part of what this is about is really clarifying the issues, sort of mapping the terrain to help people think. And central to this is really about framing issues. Let's take a problem and look at it and see what the dimensions of the problem are. And what are the difficulties of this process of framing? If you have an issue that is controversial, what is the process like in laying out the discourse in a way that reflects the kind of insights of philosophy? So, what is ideal? So in philosophy, is creativity? Are there some features of creativity in philosophy that are distinctive, or is it the general problem of creativity in all fields? So it sounds like there can be a great deal of frustration in the process of unraveling philosophical puzzles.
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little about what leads a philosopher like you to particular problems. Is it your education, your background, or what that leads you to focus on some subset of problems in philosophy? And in the essay that I read, you said about clarifying the importance of this by identifying the features of what one values. And this syndrome, these features together really clarify, as you just said, everything from your relations to your colleagues, to your family, to a cause that you might find very important. And I guess that in a modern society, the complexity of what we value really multiply. And interestingly enough, in thinking about the Koran burning, as I did after I had read your essay, that really all the elements come into play, namely something is valuable because of the tradition. There are strong emotions, and then people act on it in ways that the other might feel is unreasonable, but those people feel that it's very reasonable. And really, as you explicate this problem in this way, the reader sees really the dangers of politicization of these issues, because they tend to want the political discourse often wants to fixate on and make lock in cement, so to speak, the one identity as opposed to but really what it's all about is learning to adjust your values in these new contexts. And let's talk briefly about your Tanner lectures, and it's a very provocative, insightful cut into the problem of valuing, actually. What in your lectures do you mean by the afterlife? And please. And what I found fascinating is it's really the lectures, in addition to offering insight about the basis for what we value, is also indicative of a line of inquiry in philosophical thinking, so that in posing this counterfactual, hopefully it is a counterfactual.
For now.
Yeah, you really provoke thinking about the broader context in which we value things. And it's fascinating because generally we think about, if we're addressing the problem of climate change, for example, we say, oh, we want to, the future generations are dependent on us, and therefore we want to do something about climate change. But the insight that you discover is that in a way we are dependent on them, which is the reverse of what we normally think.
It's always a very hard question to answer about philosophy, what kind of contribution it makes, and I find that it generally works best if you don't worry too much about it.
Well, on that note, Sam, thank you very much for coming back to Berkeley, delivering the Tanner Lectures, and being a guest on our program. This was a very insightful and revealing interview. Thank you.